Positive start for England, of course. Yesterday, thrashed the USA in the second match in Japan.
And now they're preparing to face Argentina. But back home, a new fast and furious variation of the game is about to take rugby into the world of five-a-side.
Yeah. Very excited about Rugby X. We're going to talk about it.
I thought it was always fast and furious. Why is this more fast and furious?
It's rock and roll rugby, distilled rugby.
Is it?
A shot of rugby that you want.
Whew.
We've got just the man to talk us through that and what's been going on, of course. England World Cup hero Lawrence Dallaglio. Lawrence, lovely to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Let's talk briefly about England yesterday. I mean, no, I don't think we expected America to cause too many problems, but it was an important performance nonetheless.
Yeah, they played very well. They stand top of the group, 10 points. Obviously, the matches get harder and harder. I think the players are under no uncertain terms as to what is allowed. Even if you don't mean to tackle someone, you've got to, around the head, you've got to keep the tackle, height nice and low. So,
what easy tackling is it, Ben Shephard?
No.
It can go wrong.
Only too well.
Only too well. So, huge match for Wales on Sunday against Australia. Injuries on both sides. What's your thinking?
Well, it's the pool decider, effectively.
Let's look at Scotland. They take on Samoa. What sort of opposition will Samoa bring to Scotland?
Well, just on Ireland quickly, they've named a really strong side. No Johnny Sexton, but they're not taking the host lightly because they'll be inspired. Scotland, let's hope they turn up for this game because
anything to suggest that? I mean, because I guess I think South Africa and England were joint favourites going into the World Cup, and yet the Kiwis rolled over South Africa quite significantly, didn't that opening fixture?
Yeah, I'm afraid to say New Zealand are still out in front as the favourites. They've won the World Cup the last two tournaments. My hope is that England or someone else are able to overturn them. My fear is that the All Blacks just look so strong.
Consistently.
So what is this rock and roll rugby, then, that you two are so excited about?
Well, if you think about the way that cricket has innovated over the last few years, you've got T20, you've got one-day cricket, you've got Test cricket, and I think Rugby X is kind of rugby's T20 moment. So five-a-side, 10 minutes each way. I think the barriers to entry for people when they watch rugby can be quite complicated. It's quite difficult to understand. When you've only got 10 players on the pitch, no line-outs, no kicking, it should just be try after try, and very, very exciting.
It's all the things that we love about rugby, just stripped down in 10 minutes, frenetic, fast-paced. So the handling, the tries, the flair, all those magic players that sort of you would see occasionally will be allowed to express themselves. And some like Dan Norton from England, top try scorer. You've got Carlin Isles, you've got the speed merchants from America. I just genuinely think it's going to be one of the most exciting nights as a rugby fan, but as a sporting fan.
Well, I think it's a simplified, condensed version of the game. Taking away, some of the more complicated elements of the game, taking it indoors, the iconic O2 Arena. It's during half-term. So for those people who can't get out to Japan, it's midweek between the semi-final of the World Cup and the final.
29th of October it'll be. You can come down and enjoy it. And then the other thing that I think is really the innovation as well on top is if the score is drawn at the end, there's a sort of one-on-one duel, isn't there?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Like penalties,
almost it is, yeah.
Well, it'd be me running at Ben and Ben would have to tackle me, basically, that kind of thing.
That easy.
See that.
That easy.
We get that set up, that'd be good.
But you're going to get 10 seconds to try and score a winning try. Would you have been any good at Rugby X, Lawrence?
Well, I hate to say, but I did win a World Cup at seven-a-side rugby, so I think five-a-side, I think I'd have coped OK.
You'd have been all right. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. It's the 29th of October. It's going to be on ITV4 if you can't make it down there. But like Lawrence says, it's going to be at the O2 in half-term, so bring your kids down and enjoy it. And it's, for me, as you say, rugby's on a huge pitch and there's lots of complicated sort of bits and pieces. I've played rugby, enjoyed rugby all my life. Don't necessarily get all the scrummaging and all that nonsense. This is everything that you can't necessarily get. So simple, get a ball out, small pitch, run around.
No, it's really exciting. I can't wait. Rock and roll rugby, you heard it here.
Yeah, too right. Looking forward to it. Lawrence, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Do you like Kate's outfit, by the way, before we go?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sort of thing you'd have worn at an initiation somewhere.
It may,
You're getting a lot of stick.
Maybe a bit small, but I'm happy to lend it to you anytime you fancy, Lawrence. Don't you worry about it. Have you ever played in Japan?
I have once, yeah.
Have you?
Well, yesterday, England's game, 27 degrees, indoor arena, 75% humidity. So I think...
Is that why everyone's dropping? There was a lot of handling errors.
That's what we're claiming is why they dropped the ball quite a lot, yeah.
Did you ever get dressed as a geisha?
No, I saw Richard Arnold earlier on.
You swerved that one, didn't you?
They'd have run out of makeup for me.
But it's an image that won't leave any of us. We'll enjoy that a little bit more later on. Lawrence, thank you very much. I'll see you on the 29th of October for Rugby X.